Hi Sagittarius, this is your How Do They Feel About You reading. Please remember that this is general, so you take what's resonating for you and you leave the rest. As always, my reads are timeless and they're not gender specific. It's literally just the energies that we're reading. Please also never take anything personally that comes out of a general tarot read, okay? It might not be your story at all. Just give me a second. Yeah, I'm just going to have to go with whatever happens for your read, Sag. Basically, you've been having similar sort of issues as Gemini, right? The energies around you and Gemini at the moment are just really, really bizarre. I don't know what's going on with the energies, but it's almost as if and obviously not to get anyone panicked or worried or anything like that. Gemini's was a lot more severe though than yours. It's like there's someone around you who is doing this accidentally. Like it feels more accidental towards you, but Gemini's, it feels more sort of targeted and more deliberate. It's like there's someone around you and Gemini that are wishing bad on you, basically, and it's kind of screwing up with your energies. Again, it's not to get you worried or anything like that. It's just to make you aware that these energies, they are around you at the moment. So you might benefit from some black tourmaline or some black obsidian, any of the black coloured stones, just to help sort of ground your energies, protect your energies. Even wearing like a little black bracelet on your wrist, anything like that, just to sort of help protect your energies a bit. As I say, the ones around you, it feels more accidental, but Gemini's is definitely a lot more targeted. It definitely felt a lot more serious in Gemini's energy. So yeah, it's just to make you aware that there is something dodgy that's going on. I've tried to do your read like literally all day yesterday. No joke. And everything was just going tits up, like constantly. I'm filming this morning, completely new day. I've resaged everything, and it's again straight away. It's the computer that sits on my left hand side. It just started just going crazy. But again, it's just to make you aware that something strange is going on in your energies, and if you're aware of it, you can take the necessary precautions and forget about it and just get on with your day. Okay, so let's get into your love energies now, because that's what this read is actually about. How does your love interest currently feel about you? How do they see you? What actions are they going to take towards you, and what their blockages are? Okay, so right, let's get into this then. Right. How does Sagittarius's love interest currently see Sagittarius, please? Thank you. High Priestess. Moon energies. The card of Behind the Veil. The card of Secrecy. Not speaking also. So your love interest currently sees you as you keeping your cards very, very close to your chest. You're not revealing anything at the moment. They might be getting a little bit frustrated with you because you're not speaking. How else does this person see Sagittarius? Okay, I'll take it. Way more cards than I was going to aim for, but I'll take it. We've got the King of Swords. That is Aquarian energy. The King of Cups is Scorpion. Another king, a King of Coins, is Taurus. The Seven of Coins, that's Taurus again. And the Devil is Capricorn. Yeah. Okay. this individual, as I was saying, they're getting really, really frustrated. We have got 3 kings here, Sagittarius. Really, really interesting, very strange. This could be 3 different individuals, or it could be the 3 different persona of the one individual that you're dealing with. It's going to be different for all of you, so you will have to apply this where it resonates, okay? Because you'll know your story. I don't know your story. I'm just reading the cards, okay? So yeah, it's going to be different for all of you. I am going to clarify what this is here, though. All right. Some of you could just be dealing with a Capricorn. Others of you, it could be a little bit more. It could be a little bit more than that to it. Let's find out. Why is this devil here, please, for Sagittarius? Why is this devil here, please, for Sag? Why is this devil here, please, for Sag? Strength, Leo energy. This, I'm feeling with this, it's like someone's trying to hold back here on their desires. Sagittarius, you're not speaking at the moment because you're trying to you're trying to keep your temper. You're withholding because once you let this energies out that you're restraining, there's not going to be any stopping you. Okay. Got anything else for this devil energies, please? Thank you. Ace of Cups, love. Okay, right, so this is something emotional, right? Okay, Sagittarius, I'm seeing here strategy, heavy strategy. For the most part, not for all of you, but for the most part. This is the 3 different sides of your persona, right? For others of you, you are actually dealing with 3 different individuals. More specifically, someone here is dealing with 3 men. And where that is resonating, then you are very, very carefully trying to make your decision between 3. The main timeline that I can see, though, is the 3 different persona of you. Again, this is in how they're seeing you. So you're being very quiet at the moment. You're keeping your cards very close to your chest. You're trying to work with all of these different energies inside you to your advantage. So when you need to emotionally disconnect, you can do that quite easily. When you need to emotionally invest, you can do that quite easily. And when you need to be level-headed and grounded, you can do that quite easily. What's missing is the King of Wands, which tells me that you're struggling to take action on what you need to take action on. You've got everything else here, but when it comes to taking the action, that's what's missing. So 7 of Coins, patiently waiting. So they see you waiting. The King of Wands is missing because of the Devil's strength and Ace of Cups. You're holding yourself back from your desires. This is an individual who knows you, like not just knows you, but they know your soul. Well, that's really intriguing. Okay. How does this person feel about Sagittarius? Thank you. Ace of Swords, air energy. So, yeah, they feel that basically any day now there is going to be a breakthrough, right? And there's going to be truth, clarity. They feel that at the moment you're going through quite a challenging situation as well, because the Ace of Swords can indicate a huge new truth or a huge new challenge. We've got the Sun. Some people do associate the Sun with Leo energy. So again, it's whatever it means to for you, basically. The Emperor, that's Aries energy, right? So they feel that basically you are in charge of whatever happens next with the Emperor energy. They feel that you're the one that decides how this is going to go, because currently they're sitting back and watching you, and they're just literally waiting for you to make your move. They feel quite hopeful about this connection as well with the Sun. You know, that's the happiest card in tarot. It's joy, success, stability, it's victory, all of the good stuff. So they feel really, really positive about this connection with you, and they feel certain that for those who are dealing with 3, this could well be another fire sign who is certain that you are going to pick them. All right, so that's just like a little extra branch off there in the read. For the most part, though, this is someone who is, they're waiting for you to give them a message, give them a phone call. It feels like there's been a lot of kind of subconscious communication between both of you as well. With the High Priestess, there is definitely a very, very strong soul bond here between you both. This particular connection, it makes you feel that you're going insane a little bit, because for you, this isn't a connection that you've ever experienced on this kind of scale before, because there is, even though you're holding back currently on your desires, and equally they're holding back from you quite a bit as well. There's something here about this connection that has acted like a bit of a catalyst, and it's kind of put you in touch with the pieces of yourself that you once thought were lost. It's showing me here that you're nearly there. You are building up your confidence, but as of yet you're not confident enough to take action, because again, the King of Wands isn't here. It's literally the only one that's missing. Somebody here is resonating with being a divine masculine energies as well, which is all of the 4 kings in one embodiment. And they have a very good understanding of which of these persona, if you like, to take on at that exact moment in time. They have a very good understanding of how to best utilize all of those energies to their advantage. That's the Emperor. So yeah, someone here is definitely a divine masculine energies, and it's this connection that you're dealing with here, Sagittarius, that has it's really spiritually awoken you. It's redirected your life as well for some of you, quite significantly. Really interesting energies. The individual that you're dealing with, Sagittarius, is taking a back seat, and they're letting you do what you need to do, and then they're going to wait for you to come towards them. What actions will this individual take towards Sagittarius, please? Until this individual, thank you. Wheel of Fortune, Jupiter energy, rapid growth and expansion, waiting for the right time. when that's in someone's actions, it's a card of fate, karma, destiny. This too shall pass. What goes round comes around. It's the card that keeps you both hopeful and humble, because when you're at the top, you're humble because this too shall pass and you end up back at the bottom. And when you're at the bottom, it keeps you hopeful because this too shall pass and you end up back at the top. Fate, destiny. This connection, it is part of your destiny, and they are literally just waiting for you. They're waiting for the right time. There is something deep inside of them that is telling them, Sagittarius will come to me when it's the right time, when they're feeling ready and when they're feeling confident. They're literally just waiting for you. Actions will this person take, please? The Chariot, Cancerian energy, forward movement, can indicate travel. That's also the energies of accepting what happens as and when it happens as well. So you're dealing with an individual who is they are quite laid back. You know, when you consider that this particular connection is quite an intense connection, because for some of you this could well be a twin flame situation. Your person is basically taking it in their stride. 8 of Cups, Piscean energy. Yeah. Again, they're just taking everything in their stride at the moment. You are completely in charge here of whatever happens next. They do feel a little bit out of their comfort zone here with the 8 of Cups. It's important to look at the direction of the cards. In this particular 8 of Cups, the individual is still within the read because of the way that they're facing. They're not sort of moving out of the read. They're still very much in it. So for some of you here, there could have been a little bit of paranoia that your person kind of lost interest. It's showing me here that they're still very much in this connection. In spite of whatever's going on the outside, in the physical, spiritually, they are still very much in this connection. With the Chariot as well, they are maintaining their self-control because they know that at the moment that this isn't, like, the ball isn't in their court. Yeah, they're really holding on to this self-control. What's in their blockages? Justice, Libra energy. A lot of major arcana here. Sagittarius, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8 major arcana in this read. So you are standing on the precipice of a very profound change in a very, very profound connection. Their blockages is karma. They are still working through some kind of karmic baggage at the moment. It's showing me here that it's not going to take too much longer to be cleared up. Things are balancing out, all in good time as well. And the Ace of Wands, yeah, the card of desires, passions, brand new creative beginnings, brand new ideas, and Judgment, another major arcana, an awakening, yeah, spiritual awakening. Also with the Judgment card, with this, it is not to pay attention to any gossip that is currently around you at this moment, Sag, with the Judgment card. Okay. So yeah, your person's blockages is basically they were waiting for you to have this spiritual awakening and to work through what you need to work through. And then equally, they are currently working through some karmic baggage. All right. It is showing me here, though, that there is going to be a brand new passionate beginning between you both. Again, it's a very action-orientated card with the Ace of Wands. It's very creative. There's something here about your soul is trying to pull you into doing something creative as well. There's indications here that your creative outlet is really going to help you to balance out your internal energies. And Seven of Cups, Scorpion energy, illusions, the need to remain realistic, and quite possibly someone having too many options. So I'm feeling that more as their blockages. They felt that they had imagined what this particular connection was, because it didn't feel real to them. It felt a little bit too woo. So yeah, while you are dealing with someone who is quite laid back, they are also very analytical as well. So they have been catapulted into the spiritual world, the same as you have, through this connection. Yeah, really, really interesting energies. I didn't need to clarify very many cards in that read for you, Sagittarius, because it looks a lot like just a twin flame connection, to be perfectly honest with you. And I have seen loads of these, so I can read twin flame connection energies quite well. That's why I didn't need to clarify too much, because it's looking pretty much like a straightforward twin flame connection. This is going to come into union quite quickly, because you're on that sort of precipice moment where you both just need to release, and that's it. You do have divine timing and divine protection here. Whenever the Emperor or the Empress comes out with the Wheel of Fortune, this indicates that the individual that I'm reading for is currently being heavily divinely protected with that combination. Okay, so when I mentioned right at the start that there is somebody else in your energies, Sagittarius, that is currently wishing ill on you, I'm feeling it's more accidentally than targeted. It's more like a jealousy type vibe that I'm getting in your energies. But the Gemini one was definitely far more targeted. So yeah, someone's jealousy towards you, they need to get a grip on that quite quickly, because everything is energy, and that's the energies that they're putting out towards you. They need to be made aware of the energies that they're putting out, because that's what they're going to get back in, and a lot quicker than usual, because currently you're being heavily divinely protected. Okay. Further clarity, please, for Sagittarius in love. Sagittarius in love, please. Children. Your love life is being affected by children. Okay, so for somebody here, there are little ones involved in the mix here somewhere. So they are going to be well catered for, basically. It's like you are going to include them in your future plans. And you deserve love. You are lovable. Someone here was putting off this particular connection because they thought that their little ones wouldn't approve. they thought that it was going to take away too much attention from caring for the little ones. It's saying here, you deserve love, you are lovable, and you can manage both. You will be able to manage both. So Sagittarius, please. Sagittarius, please. Thank you. Receptivity. Allow yourself to receive and allow yourself to give. Love and good fortune is coming your way. Avoid greeting them with suspicion. Yeah. Sag, try and keep your energies open, ready to receive. Okay. Not everybody is out there to hurt you. Wave of power, a surge of power, an upswing in energy and exhilarating movement. A time to truly exert yourself and take action. Work with the wave instead of against it, and it's a time of triumph. So yeah, someone here was it's like for the longest time they tried to avoid this particular connection because it just felt too intense, it felt too complicated, and it felt messy. But that's purely through a lack of understanding of what exactly this connection is. And yeah, for the most part, this is a twin flame situation. That is why it felt so intense. It's showing me here that you're going to start being more receptive and less suspicious. You are going to start to go with the tide of change instead of trying to fight against it. And yeah, I knew it. Experiments, manipulation of nature, forcing change, cruelty in the pursuit of knowledge, and arrogance. It says, understand your own beauty and the perfection of all that is in nature. Avoid choices that are selfish and cruel. This can indicate energy manipulations or someone who is forcing their will on another. Yep. Okay. Sagittarius, this is the individual that is outside of this twin flame connection. Right, this is the jealous individual who is trying to force their will upon you. That's that negative energies that I was picking up on, and it'll only cause issues if you allow it to. If you keep feeding into this troublemaking individual, then you'll keep giving them power. Stop feeding into them. Stop paying attention to the energies that they're sending towards you. You can use sage, you can get some black tourmaline or something similar. You can ignore them. Do not allow this individual's selfishness to stop you from pursuing the rest of your life. Okay, my phone stopped recording there, but yeah, stop feeding in to this individual. You know who that individual is. Stop feeding into them. Okay. Right, Sagittarius in love, please. Sagittarius in love. Oh, okay. Time. You're trying too hard, give it time. And beware of what you're projecting, for the qualities that you admire in another are qualities that you both possess. Equally so, the qualities that you don't like are also your own reflection. Now, that card usually comes out when there is some introspection that is required. That can go multiple ways. All right, this could be you still have some inner healing work to do, or your twin flame counterpart does, or the third individual who's in your energies, the jealous one, they They need to introspect. You may not always understand why certain things happen, however, there's always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. Yeah. And hidden at the bottom of the deck, soulmate. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will manifest physically. Yeah. Again, confirmation that the connection that your tarot is in relation to, that is an extremely strong soul connection. For the most part, that is a twin flame situation. That's just confirming that, basically. You're not understanding why the jealous individual is being so spiteful towards you. They're saying here that through this turmoil, a blessing will be revealed. So hold on tight, Sag. Try and ride this energies out as best you can. Keep yourself protected. And yeah, the clouds are soon going to clear on this situation. Further clarity, please, for Sagittarius. Further clarity for Sagittarius, please. Thank you. No. Groom, husband, partner, interested in a commitment or advancement, the love of a lifetime, wedding or event. The first word that came to my head when I saw that card there was jealousy. 100% there is someone around you, Sag, that is jealous of this soulmate connection here. So Sagittarius, please. Date, meeting someone new, dating, getting back out there, plan, set a date. Right. Interesting. This is why I do not hand pick out the cards, so that I can be certain that the messages that are coming out are the messages that are supposed to come out. Right? Because I don't know if it's my energy if I start hand picking out cards, right? For all I know, that could be my energy. That's why I deal the cards the way that I do. Really important for some of you, this individual here is an ex-spouse. Somebody here is dealing with a jealous ex-spouse that is trying to put a spanner in the works with your soulmate twin flame connection. Definitely. Me and my ego. That's the reason why. Someone, I say someone, Sag, for those of you who are married to that individual, they're trying their best basically to keep you in their life. They are really struggling seeing you moving on. Like they're struggling with this so much. The jealousy here is unreal. It's off the fucking charts. What does Sagittarius need to focus on, please, at this time? What does Sag need to focus on at this? Thank you. High vibes. Yeah, focus. Keep your thoughts. I know it sounds easier said than done, but try and keep your vibes high, all right? It's impossible for you to be positive all of the time because life happens, right? You can't possibly be happy constantly. Life just doesn't work that way. But it's basically when you're feeling that things are getting on top of you, try and reel it back in again. If things are starting to spiral out of control, it's it's keeping on top of things, basically. Surround yourself with positivity, connect with yourself or source, and finding your tribe. Yeah. Don't don't invest in these low vibe jealous connections, right? And observe, not getting caught in the story or details, a total acceptance of what it is, stepping back and seeing the bigger picture. Yeah. When we said about gossip, don't pay attention to gossip, and that's come out in your last read that I've just done for you as well. I do apologise if you can hear those dogs. They're not my dogs. We just have to put up with it. Yay! Kind of similar to you, actually. I'm feeling that this ex of yours is a lot like that dog that's just constantly. And you're like, oh, for fuck's sake, not this bullshit again. Like, seriously. Just go away. Yeah. What else does Sagittarius need to focus on this time, please? What does Sag need to focus on, please? I lost my thread. I was saying something. Yeah, not getting wrapped up in someone else's story. Not getting dragged down into the gossip of others. And they would also like you to start investing. See if they're the one, spending time together, making efforts, getting to know them, and emotional investment. So with the soulmate connection, it is safe for you to love, and it is safe for you to get closer to them and to start emotionally investing in your soul connection, definitely. And that is one of your main focuses for the rest of the month, is to invest. It's such a distraction, it's unreal. So that was your other... Oh my god. Should we move on? Yeah, let's move on. It's for Sagittarius, please. Oh, 2. Okay. Right, so your first card, empathy. I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. So while you might have sympathy for your ex, try not to get dragged too far down into their world, right? It's seeing both sides of the situation while keeping yourself emotionally separate from it. Okay. Humour. I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. So utilising that fantastic sense of humour that you have, that will really help you through the rest of the month. And that'll help you to maintain your high vibes as well through your sense of humour. Okay. I do apologise about that dog. Again, there's nothing I can do about it. So, we just have to go with it. Yeah, that is what I have for you, Sagittarius. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, then that information can be found in my descriptions box and in my pinned comments below. Have a lovely, lovely week, and thanks for watching. Bye.